Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to make this video to talk about and compare something that you hear every time you fly in an airplane before the plane takes off, and they're walking through the safety procedures, and they talk about the oxygen mask that'll drop from the ceiling, and if you have kids, make sure you put yours on first. So why do they say that? Because in every other area of our life, in most areas, the message is that you should serve others, you should take care of others. We glorify that, right? As a society, it's almost like we're glorifying martyrdom. Like there's some beauty in that. But a martyr is somebody who sacrifices themselves. So which way would that person be able to have more impact? If they take care of themselves and can live a balanced, long life, shining their light, which shines bright because they're taking care of themselves. Or if they just go out quick by serving everybody else, running empty, and then dying, metaphorically or literally, of a heart attack or something. So if we look back to the oxygen mask, obviously the reason why they tell us to put ours on first as parents is because they know that if we don't, it doesn't matter. We won't be able to help our children anyway. So that's logical. It makes a lot of sense. And yet, if you take that same analogy of, hey, take care of yourself first, because if you don't have oxygen, you can't breathe. And if you can't breathe, you can't help anybody. And it's the same exact thing in every other situation. Especially if you're a parent or a husband or a spouse. Because if you're giving, eventually there's nothing to give except the sideways BS that's flowing out of you because you're in fight or flight mode. You have nothing left and you're just trying to survive, like we did back in the caveman days when we were worried about being eaten by some sort of predator. So we're walking around, many of us, giving until the tank's empty. Our body literally is in fight or flight mode, is trying to survive. And all we can think about is giving. And this is so true for many men, because one, we weren't taught or encouraged to feel. We weren't taught or encouraged to feel our body or emotions. We were taught to ignore pain. And we spent a lot of years desensitizing ourselves. So it's hard and difficult with the tools many of us currently have to hear and listen to our body. Because our body's very clear about saying, hey, you need to take some time. Whether that's in the way of like lower back pain or other types of back pain, or feeling sick, or we're not taking care of ourselves and we're eating a lot of terrible food, and we have gut issues, and all the different things that show up often. And then taking it beyond that, if we don't listen to that, eventually our body gives us a signal we can hear in the form of a heart attack or something big. So it's really, really, really important that we put our oxygen mask on so that we can breathe. Are you hearing me, man? It's a metaphor, meaning it's important that we take things to replenish. our system. Because when we do, and we can walk in our power, and we can own our own choices, and we can feel our emotions and feel our body and get aligned with our higher wisdom, because we are firing on all cylinders, we can step more fully into our purpose, the reason we're here. We can step into our mission. And when we do that, we model that for our children. We model that for our spouse. We model that for our friends. We give permission to everyone around us to take care of themselves. We show them how it looks, to say, no, I can't do that. I'm taking some time for myself. Afterwards, let's talk. Because what is actually beautiful and righteous and amazing is serving yourself first, taking great care of yourself. And I know when you think about this, and this is specifically for fathers, this part, I know when you think about this and you think about your sons and daughters growing up, and you think about what you want for them, what you would like them to take away. Is it that you want them to take on the message that when you get a responsibility, you have to just go all in on that, ignore everything else, ignore yourself. Don't take care of yourself. And would you want to watch them go through that? See the stress that they take on, the pressure they put on themselves, all while running on empty? Of course you wouldn't. Because you love your children. You don't want them to beat themselves up the same way you're doing to yourself right now, or have done at some point. So you would want to model, you would want to teach them that it's important to take time for yourself, fill your tank, and then go out and do what you said you were going to do. And if you're not going to do what you said you were going to do, create a new agreement. You would want to show them how to live and be in integrity with yourself and the world around them. And when you do that, you change the world. Because not only do you affect your children, who will affect their children and the people around, and you can break the generational patterns that have perpetuated these issues of toxic masculinity and hypermasculinity and lack of truly authentic men. But when more of those men who are truly authentic exist, including yourself, we can hold space for the divine feminine, for the feminine energy to really rise and come into its own power. It's a balanced system. Right now, we are not doing our part as a collective. And we can do our part. We can shift that. We are shifting that. So my invitation to you is to look at how it might serve you and everyone around you to actually take care of yourself first and not last. And if you're finding some value and something in this is resonating, let me know in the comments what it is. And if you're feeling like I can't even begin to look at that, I can't even think or imagine what it would feel like to take care of myself, it makes me feel uncomfortable, send me a message and let's have a conversation about that. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope you allow yourself to receive some beauty today.